Hi everyone, Scipio here. Um, Finally getting off from work. On the last video, I was talking about fat loss, and I skipped a bunch of scientific stuff, and I went to a practical matter, which is kind of my thing. If I want to impress someone, or someone wants to get impressed because they're really dumb, instead of grabbing a book about exercise physiology, about anatomy, and just read it and try to comprehend it, just try to listen to someone who they don't look any kind of good. They don't know how to exercise. They don't know. They just follow the common 5 meals a day bro science diet, and just do whatever they tell you and look like crap. So that being said, last time I was talking about extreme fat loss. There's people who like that slow fat loss approach, which kind of works, and there's people who likes, like me, who likes extreme fat loss, a crash diet. Sorry for all the people who like fat loss. You can just go to another video of one of those bro science people, but I like to diet really fast for a couple of weeks or for a few days, and then just slow down the process. I know how to do it. I have become an expert in doing it. I got great results in doing it for myself. As you can see, I'm gonna compete in that. That was, if you compare the video how I look last time and this time, I basically lost like 5 pounds, and I decided to do it, of fat plus the water. You can check my Instagram. You can see the pictures. I'm being serious. And I decided just to do it this week. I felt like crap for around like 3 days. Until I was seeing that I was getting like lean off. I hope like the light this time helps. So in fact, well, you can check my Instagram. Doesn't really matter. I always post pictures all the time over there of how I look, because there's individuals, they think I'm a crazy scientist, when in reality I know how to manipulate human physiology for performance with proper nutrition and training. So I felt like crap like for 3 days, and then basically the 4th day I was like, I'm not feeling bad anymore. Basically my body just burned as much as it could for pulling out from my skin, from the reserves for energy. Now my body's trying to compensate. So today I decided to have a cheat meal, and what happens is I got dry, and I basically started sweating horribly, non-stop for like an hour or two, like sweating, like when you're doing like cardio or like you are training legs, like sweating. Basically this scrub was all drenched, and then everything stopped and just bounced, and it's just like, oh, okay, I got leaner. One more time. No effort, just being super ultra smart and hardcore for a few days. No cardio twice a day. In fact, no, I haven't done cardio overall this week. And putting one cheat meal 2 days before my cheat day. So last time I talked about fat loss. That's my approach. People who like it, they can try it. People that's eating animal protein, taking 70% of your calories in one meal. It can be like around noon, and 30% of your calories post-training. You're training in the morning, at night. If you're training in the morning, you can do the same thing. It's about circadian rhythms. It's about going to sleep 6, 7, 8 hours at night, and then getting up, waking up fasted, go train fasted, hard as you can. If you're gonna do that, I recommend you this guy and this guy. These are the people that sponsoring me, but their products are really good. If not, I will not be with them. So 1 scoop of this, and I will take 1 or 2 scoops post-workout of this one. It says intra-workout. I like it post-workout. I don't care what they say. Don't forget your plasma for sending nutrients, but just take it post-workout if you're fasting in the morning. If you're training in the afternoon, that's the way I train. I basically put all these together in one shaker and I just swallow. training fasted. Then try just, you can take a couple aminos. Yeah, because I'm retarded right now. I'm just basically absorbing small kind of fat today from a hamburger. Just this for slowing the catabolism. Then 70% of all your calories, proteins and fats, and some vegetables at noon, 30% of your calories at night. After you go to sleep, repeat process. If you're training afternoon, you just do your pre-protocol for getting nutrients for that 70% of all your calories in that one meal around noon. You're gonna have all those amino acid flushing, but at the same time you're gonna be using those fats as fuel. Fats, they don't retain water. At the same time, fats, because there's people, which I call idiots, they don't remember the Krebs cycle. And I'm gonna tell someone to put an image here about the Krebs cycle, and I'm not gonna explain it, because if everybody is so smart for being a coach or a trainer or whatever, everybody that know the Krebs cycle, they have it here, like reading stone in their head. Like they will know from step 1 to the beginning to the end what the Krebs cycle is. So when you're having a bunch of fats, the body can produce glycogen, it can produce sugar from the glycerol that's contained in the fat. So already have some sort of sugar that can become glycogen for muscle contraction. Everybody should know that. So I'm already, if I have a bunch of protein, which I can convert a little part in it into sugars by new glucogenesis, and I have a bunch of fats which contain glycerol, which my body can pull out for making more glycogen, I'm already carb up. So whiners, carb sugar addicts, weak people, hear my words. You can research it in all the physiology books and exercise science books that you want. I'm already carb up without any water retention, and I already have enough sodium for activating the sodium potassium pump for having the greatest workout of my life. So that's my string approach. You can make a lot, you can lose a lot of fat in a matter of days. And then, so how do I slow down the process? Well, that's the part when you should hire me as a coach. I will tell you when. If you don't want to, well, so you should try to experiment. So there's going to be a moment when you're going to see that you're not making any progress, the scale is not going down, or you start like seeing like flat. And that part when you start seeing yourself flat is where you're going to decide. So for slowing down the process, the only thing that you need is an increase of the calories. Just an increase of the calories. That means if you're doing just high fats and high proteins, you can even up your fats even more. Just doing something moderate, like 1 cup of nuts. That's like 800 calories there. So add some more vegetables. You can add some more peanut butter. In that 70% calorie meal, you can add some carbs. You can, yes, you can. But the proportion will be don't go over like 50, 80 grams. That would be my suggestion. That will help to slow down the rate. That basically that extreme fat loss approach. I'm telling you, then you can go back to your normal diet. Just increase your calories just a little bit, or just don't do your cardio so you can compensate the calorie loss. Be there like a couple of days, have a cheat day, which I'm basically looking for a proper marketing term that it doesn't have to be with super compensation day or super saturation day, because they're already taken. So let's call it overload day. Yeah, overload of calories and nutrients. So then you just do your cheat day, your overload day, repeat as many times as you have to. that's pretty much it. When you are like doing your cheat day, your overload day, and you want to have more carbs than usual, insulin. Remember, insulin. Great formula. I love it. I'm basically swallowing 3 pills per meal in a cheat day. So if I eat 10 times, it's gonna be 30 pills. Yeah, I know it sounds like too much. But I mean, they work really good. I mean, it's actually 3 pills every 4 hours. So basically for a whole cheat day, you just need 9. This is from the same people that are making this one, so also works really great. For all the people that hate to diet really slow, they hate that slow approach, this is my alternative. It works. I never do anything. I never recommend anything if I have done it first. I'm doing it right now. I'm competing in basically 3 weeks, and I'm already there. I'm already lean. I just have holding my normal like water weight layer. So there's a reason for this. I have seen, and I have been there, in the twice a day cardio, in the boiled chicken, brown rice, broccoli thing, egg whites, and oatmeal, in the countless sets. Like, no, I'm doing 4 sets. Now let me do 6 sets. I have seen it, and have seen people losing a lot of body fat, a lot of lean mass in the process. I have seen people getting their central nervous system destroyed. I have seen people sacrificing their social life. I have seen people getting joint pains for the overtraining. I've seen people basically getting their brains depleted from fats and glucose, and they basically look like zombies. And I was in that track, and I hate it. I still hate it. That's the reason I went back to all my books and I basically reverse engineer the whole fat loss process. So if fat loss starts with a caloric deficit, the first thing that we need is eating less than we need for maintenance. Everybody knows how to get their formulas, and after that getting the nutrients. Is scientifically proven, and also sorry, that reduction in carbohydrates helps with fat loss. Insulin, glucagon, growth hormone, proportion. So you need to reduce your carbohydrates. Third step, just a little increasing. You need to increase the fats. You need to increase the fats so you can your body start using them as fuel. So when you start reducing your fats, your body is not going to have another option of just pulling the fat from, yeah, you got it, from the skin. Then, hormone manipulation. And I'm not talking about the other hormone manipulation. I'm talking about your own fat loss hormone manipulation. We have adrenaline, which will produce the catecholamines, which at the same time will keep insulin at bay, because there's people that don't recognize that since everybody is physiologically identical, we have slightly or very different biochemistry modifications. That's the reason. It's diabetic people, there's people that are allergic to everything, there's people that are immune to everything, because our body chemistry is different. So in the race for competing in a bodybuilding show or getting super lean because you have a super ego, from getting lean to rip, which is kind of easy, it's just going 10 to 8%. Everybody can do it, just doing a little bit more extra exercise and diet. From lean to rip, when things start getting like crazy, because you need to figure out how you're gonna approach carb cycling, fat cycling, keto, high fat, high diet, the cycle diet, the snake diet, 5 meals a day, 6, 7 meals a day, intermittent fasting for 2 meals a day, you name it. Now, the ultimate level, or at least I will just say ultimate, at least for me, from rip to shredded. Everything counts. Everything. Science stuff counts. Bro science stuff counts. Starvation mode counts. Bikini diets counts. Cardio fasting in the morning counts. Heat cardio counts. Cardio at night post-workout counts. High intensity, heavy duty training counts. Everything counts. So you need to figure it out which variables are you gonna take from all those approaches and put it into, your protocol, and whatever works for you, you just stick it there. Because one step that you miss, one step that you take that's the wrong one, it's gonna ruin that rip to shredded. Yeah, shredded. Like comic book shredded, like bodybuilding show shredded. So everything, like a little bit of salt, or changing table salt for pink salt. So I came out with this. When you're not eating, you're not using your pancreas for insulin. There's no insulin. There's no insulin production. There's no insulin peak. Nothing, absolutely nothing, goes to the cells. If you are in a caloric deficit and you do some kind of low impact, prolonged activity, name it, walking, sitting down and walking the hall 40 times, going up and down the stairs 30 times on your work, going for a walk after your lunch for an hour, anything that you can do low impact long term is going to start detaching the fat cells from the skin and start using it. So the longer you do it, the more you're gonna the more you're gonna use and burn in a daily basis. If you multiply that by 5-6 days for the week, that's a lot. So there's no insulin, there's no nothing. If you gonna add to the equation the time that you're sleeping, 6, 7, 8 hours, plus the time that you're working, at least in the morning, plus the time you're gonna start doing some long-term low impact activity, we have a bunch of hours when you were just detaching and burning. Detach the fat cells and burning. Now comes the part when we need to stop the catabolic process, because sadly it's a super catabolic process, and we're gonna send some nutrients. So we're gonna overload protein and overload fats. Our body's gonna learn how to work with the fats for energy. It's gonna pull whatever glucose may need from the glycerol of the fat cell, the fat molecule, for the anaerobic activity, which is weight training. You want to keep the weight training intense. It can be one time high intensity training, heavy weight, super strict. Not trying to reach failure here. Don't get injured. Don't snap a tendon. That's the reason I don't train to failure or super heavy weight when I'm like in super lean. I prefer high density training, which is moderate heavy weights, more reps, basically no rest, so I can have the same effect. Or just do more eccentric training, like just lower slowly, or more like isometrics, stuff like that. So I have by the time I'm training, I have a bunch of amino acids floating, I have a bunch of energy from conversion. And then the catabolic process is over, the anabolic process starts. I finish my training, I just take my post-workout, and then I take 30% of my calories at dinner, and I go to sleep. And I go to sleep hungry, because I will raise growth hormone, my growth hormone, and then go to sleep, and basically in an hour I'm already like fasted. I just have enough protein and amino acids for rebuilding, and the process starts again. This is only for fat loss. This is not for maintaining, this is not for beach body, this is not for making a living of it. No, fat loss. fat loss. So when you're losing fat, you want to lose whatever remains, you need to sacrifice something. Don't be like those, I'm not gonna call them idiots, but yeah, idiots. They just wanna shred and big and round and performance. No, focus on one thing. Now it's getting shredded. When you achieve your level of body fat, switch to maintenance, and then you want to increase your lean mass and do a recomp. Do it later. Don't do everything at the same time and be one of those losers or idiots. This is the same thing. So this is only for fat loss. You want to repeat as many times as necessary. Do a 5-day cycle, or you can do a really hardcore. Like the only thing for making it really hard is you're gonna add more cardio. Do it 4 days in a row, and then stop with a sudden increase of calories in your main meal, and then you can have 2 or 3 more days when you're just gonna take off the cardio, and then you can have your cheat day. Repeat as many times as necessary, and then get lean. See? Easy. So, people, this is all for this time. Remember, subscribe to my channel, check my Instagram. You can DM me for whatever questions or coaching. Remember, sponsored athlete from Glaxon Pharma. They work. This is like great. They think in everything, mineral ratios. I mean, no complaints. So, see you next time.